Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Now, I started off with this lawsuit with Akademiks, making him have accountability. Accountability doesn't mean he's guilty of what she's saying he's guilty of. Accountability means he was responsible for the people, the place, and the things that was going on in his house, and the choices that his friends made behind his back in his house. Now, with that being said, let me state for the record, Akademiks is innocent until proven guilty. But in my eyes, he is guilty of not being responsible for the things that took place. Not meaning that he's guilty of what she said. I held Akademiks accountable for his part. Now, as far as Shorty goes, shall we begin? I don't like the victim bash. But what I am going to do is say this. I asked my daughters, my underage daughters at that, teenage daughters, some of them not teenagers. If you go to a young boy's house and there's 3 dudes there, you go to a young boy's house and there's 3 dudes there, what do you do? You know what my daughter said? Run. Hello? My baby girls, they said run, right? Now, what's worse than 1 dude? 3 horny dudes. My question for this young lady is that you goes to Akademiks' house, because the same way I put Akademiks on the hot seat, it's the same way she got to be put on the hot seat. You went to his house. He ends up on the other side of his house, the opposite side of his house, pissy drunk. He falls to sleep, according to Akademiks. You're in his house with 2 intoxicated, horny men. And you stay there? Why would you stay there? Even my little young daughters who are underage, their common sense told them that boys only want one thing. One. Little boys only want one thing. And when they become grown men, they really only want one thing. So you in this house, you see Act not around. He done crept his ass off to the other side of the house where the tapes, where the camera was at, so he could watch the tapes. And for 2 years, I'm guessing, you've been coming around. And maybe, just maybe, he never got the box. I don't know. Somehow, this one Akademiks never got it, but his 2 friends end up getting it. How long did you sit there and your common sense didn't kick in? The energy of these young men with drinks. I'm assuming they had drinks, right? Because you had some. That's how you got incapacitated, right? Your common sense is not kicking in that these two men sitting here with a third in another room is thirsty for what you got between your... Now, like I said, I held Akademiks accountable because he's responsible for what happens in his castle. Now, young lady, I'm holding you accountable because nowhere in any statement did I see that these dudes locked the door and wouldn't let you leave. You walked through that door. You sat down. You got comfortable and you got cozy. When you realized that the man that you came there to see wasn't the one entertaining you, and these other dudes that had heart and bubblegum waiting for you was sitting around and waiting for you, and you didn't take your ass to the door. The door. This is what got the whole, like, 99.9% of the people behind Akademiks and looking at you sideways. Because there's a door. And when you walked through that door and you saw that he had company, Usually when girls go to see a guy and he has guy friends, they bring their girlfriends to occupy the guy friends so that they can so that you can spend time with your boyfriend. You went up in a... That's my take on this situation. The same way I'm going to hold Akademiks accountable because he has to be responsible for what goes on in his house. And I know Ak sitting up there. Matter of fact, let me sit up there and say again, like, happy birthday. I watched a little bit of Akademiks, not too much. I don't watch too much of YouTube, but tonight is Akademiks' birthday. Shout out to, or today rather, it just came in. Happy birthday to Akademiks. When it comes to certain situations, I'm not looking to be somebody's friend. I'm looking for the truth. And the truth is, on Ak's part, he should have picked and chose his friends a little bit better. Because now, with him going to court, even if he's found not guilty, how much is he spending in lawyer fees, in legal fees? He already lost. The amount of money that he's spending to keep the rest of, he already lost by default. And this young female, what she has to understand is that the whole world, any dude that she gets with from this day forth, that's seen her all over the internet and knows that she's been with 1, 2, 3 dudes at a time. Let that sink in. I can't understand for the life of me. And I'm not even talking about the men. All of the females that I spoke to in this situation that was grown said to me before I even asked the question to my daughters, she's seen 3 dudes in the house and she stayed there. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.